Hello, Dr. Vikki Petersen here, and I want to talk to you about something that I'm not sure anybody has ever talked about. Well, I'm sure somebody has at some point, but we just coined a term here at the clinic, retirement brain. So what does that mean? This is somebody who really is active and likes using their mind or their body, has enjoyed being busy, and is someone who just kind of gets a lot done during the day, whether they've had a stressful job that maybe sometimes they didn't like or not, but they're not somebody to sort of sit and enjoy, you know, maybe sitting on the beach for days at a time, or I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just talking about a personality here. Somebody who just likes to be busy, likes to interact with whether it's other people or activities, but they're busy and they enjoy that, and they really thrive on that, whether it's academic or physical or combination. But these are these go-getter kind of people, and I think you either are one or you probably know somebody who is. And those who are not that way kind of just say, oh, for goodness sakes, sit down. Take a moment, take a breath, take some time off. People who are real go-getters like that make people who aren't a little uncomfortable. But it's the way of the world. I'm obviously that way. Well, maybe not obviously, but trust me, I'm that way. And I thrive on being busy. I hate not being busy. I enjoy my sleep, but otherwise that's about it. I don't stop, and I enjoy it. So what I'm talking about, retirement brain, is these go-getter type of people who all of a sudden are slowing down and they're really not happy about it. Now, I'm not talking about 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm talking about people sometimes late 40s, 50s, early 60s who just, they go, gosh, I'm not keeping up anymore. I'm not keeping up mentally. I'm not keeping up physically. My body is sort of anchoring me down. Once again, whether it's mental and or physical, they're not able to do what they want to do, get accomplished what they want to get accomplished. Their machine, their body is getting in the way. Those are the people I'm talking about right now. And when you talk about somebody who's looking forward to retirement, it's a lot of times based on, I won't have to go to work, I can stay at home and relax. And it's a lot about the relax and not do much. And again, I'm not finding fault with that. But for certain people, and I can just use myself as an example, that would be hell to me, is if I had to just stay home and relax. That's not a happy place for me. And so for those type of people, what I'm running into more and more are these go-getter people who are being forced to slow down really against their will, and they're miserable about it. So that's what I want to address. And there's certainly a number of different factors we can look at, but one of them is definitely cognitive health and hormonal health. And so I want to focus on that. So ideally, whether you're male or female, we go through a fertile period of life. Men, this fertility period is actually supposed to go on for a very long time. The joke used to be when I was a lot younger that, men in their 90s could, impregnate a woman and just fine. They could get that done just fine. Women, on the other hand, had a little bit of a life expectancy of their ovaries, and typically around 50 or so, those ovaries would slow down, not producing those fertile hormones anymore, but not designed to go from, here to here and not have any hormones anymore, but part of your body called your adrenal glands, which is your stress gland, it's supposed to take up the slack for those adrenal glands so that you have a nice nice hormonal level, just not enough to be fertile. So that's fine. You're older, you're not interested in making babies anymore, but you do want cognitive health, emotional health. You don't want to be cranky. You want to have nice mood stability. You don't want to have vaginal dryness. You do want to have a libido, and obviously for men as well, a libido is natural. Just because you're not fertile anymore doesn't mean you're not supposed to have a sex drive. And really critically, every cell in your brain has receptor sites for sex hormones. So the idea is that if you have adequate amount of these sex hormones, you will have nice cognitive health, and your personality won't change because of your hormones diminishing. And so that's the retirement brain that I've been discussing, is all of a sudden people don't have enough hormones and they've just slowed down, and they're just cognitively not as aware and able as they used to be. I spoke to a woman the other day. She's an engineer by trade, and very, very bright woman, really enjoys reading and learning. And she said, you know, she was really looking forward to her children leaving home and, you know, getting off on their own, going off to college, and then she could sort of really hunker down and get into some academic areas that she had missed for a few years while raising her children. She had still worked, but that, you know, that extra time she was looking forward to. She is now in 57, and I can't read anymore. I basically don't have the acumen to read, which at 57 is ridiculous. We're supposed to, the parts are designed to last for 120 years. So there's something really thwarting those levels, and we found a number of what those things are. But I just wanted to address that if you're running into this, whether you want to call it retirement brain or just your brain is not functioning the way it should, and because of that, your energy and your zest for life is not what it should be, you don't need to put up with that. That's not getting old. It might be that time is passing, but this is premature. You shouldn't be feeling this way at your age. Maybe, you know, at 110, we can talk about it. But before that, way too young. So if you're in that situation and it's frustrating you, please reach out, because we're really good at getting to the root cause and fixing this naturally. No scary drugs. So give me a call, 408-733-0400. I'll talk to you soon.